I'm a Big Nindie Boy.
Hi, my name is Matt, and I'm the biggest Nindie Boy.
Hey, Matt, how you doing?
I mean, I'm a big Nindie Boy, so that's going for me.
What is this podcast? All right, so this podcast is a podcast about the Nintendo Nindies. We are going to review one Nindie, which, by the way, do we need to explain what a Nindie is? I feel like if you clicked on this podcast, you know what a Nindie is. I'm not even going to bother. So we're going to review one of those weird games that are on the Nintendo Switch. I feel like it needs more attention than it'll probably eventually end up getting.
If the hype isn't real, we're going to make that hype real.
I like making hype. That's one of my favorite things to do, is to hype up games to a point of ridiculousness, and then when they suck, just being crushed. I don't know. That emotional roller coaster is good.
You need some disappointment. Not everything's going to be perfect.
Not everything can be Zelda.
I mean, it could it? Because that would be awesome.
That would be awesome. So, Matt, before we talk about anything, let's do our top 3 games, just so people can get a feeling of what we are as gamers.
Yeah,
we like games. They're so good.
You can only trust a reviewer that has similar opinions to you.
Absolutely.
If a reviewer loves a bunch of games you hate and hates a bunch of games you love, and they give a game a 9, you gonna trust that 9? I'm not.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So if you think that our top 3 lists are garbage, just turn it off. Just go away.
Yeah, if both of our lists are garbage, then we're garbage people.
We're garbage people. All right, so I don't know. Do you want to do one at a time, or do you want to go? I do my 3, you do yours.
Oh, let's do one at a time. But do you have an order to yours?
No,
because that works best with an order. I'm gonna do my first one, and you're gonna get your order by the time I'm done.
Oh shit! All right. Fuck.
Okay, so
I can't do it. I don't wanna.
In no very, very hard order, my number 3 is going to be No More Heroes for the Wii.
Dang. All right,
It's interesting because I hear people talk about it and people reminisce, and they're like, "Man, those mini games were terrible," or "Man, that was a bloated game." And I never once felt like I was doing anything I didn't want to do or didn't need to do. The story of that game just wrapped me in, and it's I don't have the money. I want to go on these dates. I got to become a better assassin to pick up this girl. So I'm gonna go mow some lawn so I can buy a better sword.
Yeah,
I just love it. And it's I gotta take a break, play with my cat.
Game logic.
That game was so good. It was so much fun. I loved the story. And it's one of those time-locked things where I know I'll never be able to enjoy that game as much as I did. I'm not the same person I was when I played that a decade ago. Right. But it was perfect. It perfectly embodied everything I wanted from a piece of entertainment at that point in my life. And I think it's my favorite console game of all time.
All right. So my number 3 is I was supposed to think about this, wasn't I? Oh man, Red Dead Redemption. Probably my favorite world to be in. I just love being a cowboy in that world. It's not even the story, because the story, I mean, it's not that it's forgettable, because I totally remember all the beats of the story, but it's just being out hunting, coming up on something's going down. You come up and you're like, hey, I'm gonna stop these bandits. All right, yeah, I'm a cowboy. I love it. All right, what's your number 2?
My number 2, and again, this is not a hard order, but my number 2 is gonna have to be Civilization 5.
Ooh.
I love strategy. I particularly love turn-based strategy over real time. But I just love that, it's got resource management. It's got a fun historical element. It's real interesting. I've loved the whole Civ franchise. since like 3. But Civ 5, right there towards the middle of, I guess, my playtime, because we're 3 to 6. 5 really just did it for me. I've got hundreds of hours of it logged on my Steam, and it's a game I can keep coming back to. I could go 2 years without playing it and then hop right back in and just get going. And then every expansion, every little minor DLC, I've got to buy it right when it comes out. Even though I could probably just wait a year and then spend $30 and get everything. I was right there on it, and I love that game.
So my number 2 is going to be Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze for the Wii U. Platformer is probably one of my favorite, it's probably my favorite genre. I enjoy platformers so much. You give me even a bad platformer, I'm enjoying that one. And Tropical Freeze just had an energy to it that I loved. I need to go back to that game and just destroy it. Because I didn't get I didn't finish it. I didn't 100% it. Because I'm an old adult and I don't have enough time.
Didn't collect all the K's, the O's, the N's, or the G's.
I got a lot of K's.
Yeah?
Mostly K's.
Okay.
Not enough O's.
Oh no.
I know. It's a good game though.
And it has to be my number 1 favorite game of all time, which is a really weird thing to say. But it's the ultimate in independent games. It's a game made by one person with a little help from his brother, and that is Dwarf Fortress. It's again, I said ultimate independent game. It's one guy, Tarn Adams. His brother will help him occasionally. He'll bounce things off of people on forums, but he's the one who's doing it. It's like Notch in Minecraft, only times a zillion, because he's been doing it for a decade or 2.
Yeah, I've seen this game, and I can't get into it.
You want to talk about video games being a job, being a chore? This game, learning this game to me was almost as difficult, if not more difficult, than learning a programming language, and it was kind of similar in its own weird ways. But it was a lot of work to get into it. But now that I'm into it, it's one of the most rewarding experiences I could ever have. I think my favorite genre of game is simulation game, and this is the ultimate in simulation, because it keeps track of everything down to each digit of every toe, and you can have an ogre grab you by your third toe on your left foot and drag you, and then it's gonna have a tension rate, and it's well, if he drags you too fast, that toe will snap off, and then you'll tumble down a hill, or if he does it not too fast, then you'll drag, and it tracks everything. It's so good.
That's insane. Now I see what he needs is a huge studio to it'll ruin the game.
It ruined.
So yeah, I love that you are into this game. I will not play this game, but I love that you love it.
Yeah, I mean, we're adults and we can enjoy different things differently.
all right, yeah. Okay, so my number 1 is Final Fantasy IX.
Good game.
So I'm gonna probably say a lot of the things I said about Red Dead, where I love being in this world, I love being these characters. It's there. The towns are really memorable and I don't know, cozy. It's a cozy world to be in at times. The other thing that was amazing about it, I love JRPGs. It's probably second favorite genre under platformer. Platformers and JRPGs, man, you give me those, love them. The really nice thing about this RPG is the progression system. You use the thing I hate about games is when you get garbage stuff. They can just give you garbage. And in this game, no weapon is garbage, because every weapon, every item, every piece of equipment has a skill connected to it, and you wear it or use it and then level up that skill on that weapon, and then you get to keep the skill. Does that make sense? You've played it, right?
Yeah, it's my favorite Final Fantasy by far.
Oh my god, it's so good. And that just really, it makes you appreciate, because in a Diablo or something where you're going and you're just what's the numbers? What's the numbers? It's no, this Mage Masher has this ability and I need to use it because I'm gonna have all the abilities and it's gonna be great. That's, I don't know, I just love that game. I really want to replay it. I started about about 5 years ago, replaying all the Final Fantasies, and I just beat 7. That's how much time I have. So I don't know. I think I'm just gonna skip 8 and go right to 9.
Zero regrets, bro. 8,
Yeah.
8 is so bad. Yeah, if you have to grind to get to the game you wanna play because of some weird like sense of I need to do this. I guess,
I don't regret playing 1, 4, 5, and 6. I probably regret playing 2 and 3, but
well, they didn't come to America for a reason, right?
yeah.
I get the idea
5 was good, though.
of having that monument of saying I played every Final Fantasy, I beat every Final Fantasy. I get that, and like that would be a kind of a cool thing to be able to do. But like, if you're not enjoying yourself, is it gonna be worth it in the end?
So that's my list. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of that dumb list that we make. Making lists is fun, though. I don't know how you feel about that, Matt.
I love lists, and I mean I love your choices. Like, I picked my top 3, but that doesn't mean that your 3 wouldn't have been in mine if I did a 10 or a 15. Like those are fun games. I've enjoyed them.
Have you even played Red Dead?
I've watched people play Red Dead.
Oh, you gotta play Red Dead.
I know.
It's so good. Okay. Anyway, Matt, what have you been playing other than Snipperclips?
I mean, it's Zelda. The Switch just came out, and I took time off work. I took a bunch of time off work. I think I worked 2 days the following week, and I've just been loading it up, doing everything, catching butterflies and newts and mixing potions. I've got over 100 hours logged in Breath of the Wild, and I haven't even gone to the castle once. And I think you can go and leave and stuff. So
What castle? Oh, you know what? Don't tell me. I've had the Switch for a total of 12 and a half hours. I've had it in my possession for 12 and a half hours. I've played it for about an hour. Aside from, I had to work. And I got it late because I didn't pre-order because I couldn't get a pre-order. So, but I got one. And I was like, you know what? Let's do a podcast. I'm dumb. Okay, so you've only been playing Zelda.
I have only been playing Zelda. I have not played... Well, okay, so in my mind, I've only played Zelda. I haven't played any other games. I'm not quite tournament competitive, but I'm a really competitive Pokemon player. So I've been doing things like before bed for an hour, maybe I'll go into the Gen 2 remakes, catch a Murkrow and a Heavy Ball, because it's like, that's going to be a cool ball when I throw that out in at the Battle Tree or whatever.
Jeez.
So like, yeah. So I'm in my Gen 2 remakes, which is actually Gen 4, and catching Pokemon in special Pokeballs that only exist in that game, transferring up to them to Gen 5, which then I can use the Pokemon Bank to transfer them up to Gen 7. Then I can start my breeding process, get my IVs going, get a really cool Pokeball on that thing. It's a really long process for something that no one in the world will notice.
So do you pretty much only play games on Nintendo consoles?
I mean, I haven't bought a console that wasn't a Nintendo console since the PlayStation 3. I do play a lot of PC. I probably play more PC than Nintendo consoles when I'm, when it's not Switch time and Zelda's happening.
Yeah, Switch time happened, and we kind of lost our goddamn minds.
I mean, that's all I've done. I mean, what games have you been playing?
So I've been playing. You've been playing Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
I've been playing Digimon, Cyber Sleuth.
If it's the 90s, like, we're on it.
We're on it. We are children's, multiple childs of the 90s, and we deserve to enjoy Digimon and Pokemon all at the same time. So, Digimon Cyber Sleuth is the most fucked up game ever. What?
I mean, the most?
No, but you have a little goblin man, and then you can evolve him into a giant testicle. That's pretty much what I've done in that game, and it's great. And I've only played... Okay, so I've played like 11 hours of it so far, and all that I've done is fix the AC. The air conditioner was kind of off on the fritz, and they're like, you should zap yourself into the cyber world to fix the AC, and I did. and I love it. And I have over 100 Digimon.
I watched the show growing up, and I had the little Tamagotchi that could fight the Digimon, but I definitely don't remember that being a thing. Like,
the snowman.
No.
You don't know? Okay, so there's like a Frigimon or whatever, and he's like a snowman Pokemon or Digimon or whatever. And he was up in there making it real cold, and I rooted him out, and I saved the day, and that's all I've done. That's like the second mission.
I just, when I think of Digimon, it's usually like in a more of a fantasy world. There's not like machines. I don't.
Yeah, well, so you start off in the real world, and then I don't know. It's really weird because I feel like they're missing the boat on doing the whole fantasy world, because that was like cool that you would go into this weird world, and then it was like the digital world. I don't know. It's like some weird in between where, like Agumon. I don't know. I'm not gonna go into the story of Digimon Cyber Sleuth. It's ridiculous. It's getting a sequel, by the way, which I'm excited for. So I've been playing that, and other than that, I've been playing SteamWorld Dig, because I'm getting ramped up for SteamWorld Dig 2. So
nice. How is that?
It's repetitive, but I like it. I don't know. It's kind of like I have like 15 minutes before I want to go to bed, and I'll just dig some, and I'll get some gold, and then I'll level up.
I have no idea what that game is or plays like.
You're a little robot man, and you dig, and you get gold, and then you dig more, and then you level up. Like, you get different like powers, so you can like do like a super jump.
That one's like a tactical RPG, right?
No, I think you're thinking of SteamWorld Heist.
Okay.
It's kind of like Worms. It plays like kind of like Worms. Okay. I haven't really actually played it though. Anyway, that's beyond the point. But you're a little robot, and you get little powers, and you dig a lot, and you kind of unearth this this whole entire world below you. I haven't gotten too far into it, but it's pretty good. There's little challenge rooms, basically. You're like connecting challenge rooms with your digging.
Okay.
It's fun. I like it. It's fun.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's what I've been playing. Let's get on to the main event. Let's do the review of Snipperclips.
Yeah.
That's how I'm introducing this segment. Woo!
The whole focus of the podcast. Here we go.
All right. So I don't even know what we want to talk about first. Do we want to do like an overview, like what is Snipperclips? I don't know. Like, is that dumb?
No, it's not dumb.
All right. You do the overview. I don't want to do it.
Okay. Snipperclips is a cooperative puzzle-solving game. In the main story of the game, you got these two things. I don't even know what they're called. The snips, the clips.
Snip and clip.
Snip and clip. Oh, okay. So you got your snip, you got your clip. Which one's the guy? Which one's the girl?
Snip is pink and clip is yellow.
Okay.
I'm not lying.
I love that you know that. And that really just shows you who we are, and how much you are diligent and researchy, and how much I am not. Yeah. So you got your snip, you got your clip. They're like pencil erasers with feet, and you can overlap each other and press a button and cut a chunk off of a person, and you can use that to form yourselves into things to solve the puzzles. So if you need to move a thing, you can like cut a hole in the guy and put the thing in the hole, and then he can carry it. And it's pretty hard to explain beyond that.
Holes.
Yeah, there's a lot of holes and a lot of sticks. You can solve most puzzles with a hole and a stick.
So it has a really nice paper aesthetic. It looks like graph paper.
Yeah.
And it looks great. I enjoyed the time that I had with this game. I just don't feel like I don't know. Am I jumping ahead too much? Should I talk about what we like about it more?
We got to do the likes and the dislikes, so you do whatever order makes sense to you.
Let's just shower it in love, and then we'll bring it back a bit, okay?
Sure, yeah, I like that. Positivity in gaming, we need it.
Positivity, I love it. So let's talk about animation. So it's literally like they could have done this game where it had feet, these little pencil erasers basically, these little pieces of paper where they just had feet, and they walked around, and oh yeah, okay, fine, that they got feet, that's cool. And had it been really like stale looking and boring, they made these little characters have so much expression on their face when they clip each other. They like make a little face. It's so adorable and so cool. I love the art style and the animations in this game. It's super good.
It's real nice. Like like sometimes they'll giggle when they clip someone. Sometimes they'll like grimace. Like they have so much character.
Is it spoilers to say there's a puzzle where you have to pop a balloon?
No, there's a couple of
spoilers. Spoiler warning.
I just said.
I'll do a spoiler warning after I spoil a thing. That's fine.
That's great.
No, so you pop the balloon, and they in the snipping clip they go, yeah, like they're so happy. It's fantastic.
It's great. They so much expression for just being little pieces of paper that cut.
Right. Yeah. The developers did a great job on that end. What else? You give it some more praise. I don't know. I'm kind of done.
So again, I play a lot of multiplayer games, and so a game that pretty much you have to be cooperative, I love it. Like, and I was really worried going into this that it was going to be, okay, one guy is going to do, I'm the leader. Hey, I figured this puzzle out. You stand here and I'm going to clip you into a thing and then you'll solve the puzzle. And it wasn't like that at all playing it. It was just like, oh, what if I do this? What do you got? Like, we talk and we're trying to figure it out together. And it did feel like us working together to solve a puzzle. And I really love the cooperative spirit that it brought out, and it worked real well. It was a lot of fun to play.
So the only problem I have with this game, so the problem I have with this game is you can do all of it in 3 hours. Did you say? Would you say we played it all in? We went and got lunch.
It was
so we had the whole experience with this game. We played it on the computer, or we played it on the TV.
Yep.
We took it out. We went and got lunch and played it at the restaurant.
Love it.
And it was great. Yeah, it was cool. We played a couple levels at the restaurant, then went back, played it back, finished it on the TV. Yeah, it was about 4 hours with going to get lunch as well.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a 5-minute drive at most. It was about 4 hours, and that was all of the content. Like,
yeah, I feel like if you you could replay the levels, but I don't know, would you like, hey man, you got to check out this game and then replay all the levels with another person? Like, is that something you would do?
I would, absolutely. But the thing is that now that I know the puzzles, I'm going to let them take the reins.
You would let, yeah, right.
I would let them lead us like towards the thing. But I think it would be a little more better served if I've got 2 nephews. If I could set them in front of it and give them the 2 controllers and let them go wild on it, it would be better just to show people. It's a great demo. Like, this is what the Switch can do.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
so
it really does integrate the Switch. It kind of has like a theming of like your 2 controllers are almost the snip and clip.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just don't feel like, for me, I would get enough to warrant the cost. Should I don't know. Like, I feel like I really care about cost a lot because I am very money focused. So is that a bad way to think about it? Because I feel like some people do.
Well, no, because here's the thing. Like, video games are life or whatever, and however you want to look at it. But at the same time, it's an entertainment, and you've got a budget, and you got to stick to your entertainment budget. And $20 could be a pretty big price tag for 4 hours of entertainment. I get that. I mean, that's going to the movies, right? If the movie ticket's $10 and you get 2 hours, this is going to the movies. And though you get to keep it and show it off to more people, that's really not where you get the maximum entertainment. You get the maximum entertainment for playing it. So it's, if you really want to peg it down, it's a better bang for your, or same bang for your buck as a movie, better bang for your buck than like a comic book. but like less than say television, and it's like, well, how much do you enjoy it? Like, but who wants to get into this weird ratio of I enjoyed it this much for this many hours at that price?
No, I
like,
absolutely. I need to work on. Am I just trying to get the most amount of hours per dollar out of a game?
Yeah,
That's another life goal.
I think
of mine.
I think if you could adopt my mentality, not like, which really, now that I think about it, sounds like all I'm doing is like, hey Nate, you need to be me, Nate. But it's like mine is can I afford it? Like, regardless of how long it is, can I afford it? If I can afford it and I'm going to enjoy it, it's worth it. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, some of my favorite games I bought at $60, and they were an 8-hour experience, a 6-hour experience. Like, if it's tight and it's good and I love it, like, that's worth it to me.
So let's do this. Let's score it 1 out of 5, or
between 1 and 5.
I'm not saying between 1 and 5. That's what what I mean.
Like,
shut up.
I was a little crestfallen. Like, really 1 out of 5.
I'm giving it a 1. It sucked. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Let's give it its score. What do you think it deserves, Matt?
Okay, so Snipperclips was great. Like, I enjoyed this game from beginning to end. Like, and every time we unlocked a thing, it was very gratifying. Like, oh, there's 5 more levels. That's 5 more levels. And then when we ran out of levels, I was like, oh, I wish there were 5 more levels.
Yeah.
Like, that's not to the detriment of the game. That's not saying like, oh, it didn't give us those 5 more. Because I would have done that for forever, to perpetuity. Like they say back in the day, they said the one problem with Half-Life 1 is that it ended. And I'm not going to compare this to Gordon Freeman's original adventure, but the fact that it ended was my biggest disappointment with this game. And it's got 2 and 4 player modes, and it's got this fun party mode is great. It's got competitive as well as cooperative, and I just loved all of it. Not the most amazing game ever. Like, it doesn't change the way I think about video games, and it doesn't have a story, which is one of the most my probably most important thing to a video game is that it either has a good story or allows me to make a good story in my mind, and it doesn't have that story element. But it's absolutely worth playing. It's absolutely, I enjoy it. So I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10, or 3 out of 5. I think it's a good game.
Oh wow, okay. Wow. All right.
Is that not the right? I don't know. I don't know how scores work,
you're
man.
Fine. You're fine. You're absolutely fine. No, you're fine, because I feel like we had very different opinions on that. And I was gonna land on a 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
I think you described a 4 out of 5.
Maybe
my 3 out of 5 isn't. See, this is why giving arbitrary numbers to games is bullshit.
And let's go on a rant for 20 minutes about it.
All right, here's the problem with the game reviews. No, I'm just kidding.
Jeez.
Yeah, 3 out of 5. I think it's solid. It's a solid game. It's a solid experience. I wish there was more. If there was a ton more, it would have been a 4. But
yeah,
it's very short.
It helps in my mind. I got a free $10 gift card to Amazon, so I only spent $10 on this because I've just bought the digital code through Amazon. And at $10, this is absolutely worth it.
All right. Yeah, and I don't know. Like, I have no idea what Nintendo's going to be doing about like sales. Do they even do sales? Like, that's like, I know. Like, I just bought Resogun for like $3 on the PSN.
Yeah.
Hopefully Nintendo would get on some sales so we can actually save some money on older games. I mean,
if they adopt the Steam mentality, like if they just take Steam, like Steam's been around for over a decade now, and it's the number one.
They should not adopt the everyone can just get on.
Oh no. Curation is very important. Do not
important.
Steam Greenlight. Do not do the thing that replaced Steam Greenlight. Just don't. But like, but Steam's whole, like, here's the thing. On Steam, I go on Steam and I'll make a wish list, and by make I mean I'll add to a 300 item wish list, and I'll just be like, that looks fun, and then it'll be like, hey, that thing that you thought looks fun is 50% off, and I'll be like, I'll buy that and not play it. Like, like if Nintendo did that, they'd get.
I did that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, like Nintendo would get so much of my money if they just did that. Do that, Nintendo.
Right. What I would do is I put a bunch of stuff that just looked fun, and then when it would go on sale, I would look at it and go, "Does this look like it's still fun?"
Yeah.
No, nah, and then I wouldn't buy it. Do you want to answer some questions, Matt?
I would love to answer some questions, but it's our first episode, so how are we gonna have questions?
Well, we got some questions to answer. People who know us, I guess. I don't know. We got questions. Don't worry about it.
All right, I'm down.
Let me find one. Okay, here's one from Ian about Snipperclips.
Okay.
Why is it called Snipperclips when neither character is seemingly a scissor type device?
Well, Toe Jam and Earl, one was not made out of Toe Jam. Was he made out of Toe Jam? I don't know. Because
one was not made out of Earls.
One was not the Earl of England. It's like that. Like one's named Snip and one's named Clip, and then they do snip and clip each other. It is weird that they're not scissors. Like it would be interesting. I wonder if they play tested with that, where one guy's paper and one guy's scissors. And it's like you have to cut your friend into the thing to solve the puzzles, like or Snipperclips too. Now one's a scissors. That would be the tagline on that one.
Now one's a scissors.
Yeah.
Which nitties? Oh, this is from my baby boy Robbie. Which nindies are you most excited for this year?
The first one that really grabbed me was Has Been Heroes. Like that name just has so much potential. And honestly, I think seeing it at the Nindie Showcase had to change my opinion. Well, not change my opinion, change my expectations on it. That was not the game I was expecting, but it looks fun for entirely different reasons. Like Has Been Heroes is really high on my list. I think probably next on my list is Overcooked. Like I've got Overcooked on the PC.
Yeah.
Robbie was the one who showed it to us, and on the PS4. So I've played on the PS4. I've played on the PC. I'm gonna get it as soon as it's on Switch. That's a great one, especially because I've got the 4 Joy-Cons. I can go to someone's house and be like, hey, let's cook some stuff. And I know that that's a game that's already out, and so it's not as as exciting. But I mean, that's really got me interested.
Cool. I'm gonna go with Flippin' Death. That one has a great art style. I love that art style. I actually bought their last game. It's called Stick It to the Man. It's a side-scrolling, almost like a point-and-click adventure platformer. It's interesting, but that game looks great. I'm excited for Wargroove because it looks like Advance Wars, but it's set in medieval times.
Yeah, Wargroove looks good.
Great. I'm excited about Yooka-Laylee, which what are you laughing?
Because the news that they pulled JonTron out of it recently.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get into that.
I was
shit.
Gonna say we're definitely not the podcast for politics, and I would argue we're not the podcast for news either.
Nope. We are a podcast for chilling out and having fun with friends. All right, so Yooka-Laylee.
Friends.
All right, seriously though, Yooka-Laylee, I want to just walk around and jump around and have some fun, and that looks like fun. So yeah, those are probably. Oh, and Snake Pass. I'm really excited for Snake Pass. I'm sorry.
I find what's interesting is when that Nindie Showcase happened, we have a group message with a bunch of video game boys, and everyone lost it for Flipping Death. Like everyone in there's like, the art style's great, that gameplay looks fun, and it's so interesting to me because that art style looks real interesting. That game does not look like one I would enjoy for half a second. Wait, I will not be Flipping Death. Unless we're doing it for the show, I probably won't be spending money on that, but I would love to touch someone's game.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Hell yeah, you will.
You can play mine. So yeah. Here's a good one. This is actually something interesting because I want to talk about the Switch controller. What are your favorite game controllers of all time? I know my answer. How about you, Matt?
I just want to add one more thing to that last question. I was looking at this infographic and I just found out that Ultimate Chicken Horse is coming to Switch, and I'm so excited. because I
What's
really...
Ultimate Chicken Horse?
Hey, you'll love this, right? It's a platforming game, right? But it's kind of like Super Mario Maker, where like you all get like pieces and you make a map together, and if everyone makes it to the end of the platforming map, no one gets points. And the fewer people that make it, the more points go to the people that made it.
Huh. So you're trying to kill your friends and also get to the end.
You're trying to make the hardest platforming map that you can pass.
That's great. Oh man, I'm all up on that. I'm all in. I'm all in.
I'm so excited for that because like I've been eyeing it on the PC for a while now, and now that I know it's on Switch, I'm not gonna buy it till it comes on Switch. Okay, so favorite controller. That's interesting. Because, like, do we want to do just aesthetics? Like, what one looks the best, or what one was the most fun to play? Because, like...
for me, it's which one plays the best. And that's the PS4.
The PS4. Like, is that
PS4 controller is so perfect.
Significant increase over the 3 and the 2? Because I know they're very similar controllers.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. It has way better thumbsticks and way better triggers.
Okay, so is it too early to say the Switch? Because here's the thing.
Yes.
And hear me out. Hear me out. I loved the Wiimote nunchuck combo. Like, I love the freedom of, like, I can have my hands close together. I can have my hands 5 feet apart. I could go my full wingspan and still have full control of the game. I love that so much. Like, I'm the type of person that has to worry a lot about, like I don't know, I've self-diagnosed carpal tunnel syndrome, and it sounds terrible to say that, but like my hand, I'll just lose feeling in my hands. I've got to be very careful about like my DS. I have to have the right cushion on my DS so it fills my hands, otherwise my fingers will go numb and I'll just drop it. It's terrible. I really should see medical attention. I haven't yet because I'm a terrible person. So to have that, like, the ability to put my hands in a comfortable position that I know will work for me is great. And the Wiimote nunchuck did that for me. But the Switch Joy-Cons is that only they fit my hands better. They're not a weird square box thing. Like, I literally play with the two I played my Zelda 100 hours now. 2 Joy-Cons, one in each hand, like leaning back, one arm on an armrest, one arm sitting on the other side of the chair, just free floating, and I love it. It's so good. Like that, if you want to go by aesthetic, they're not the prettiest looking controller. If I had to do that, I'd go buy the Xbox, the original Xbox controller, the big fat one. I love that controller's look, hilarious. But like this is so far been one of the most comfortable controllers I've ever used. I will admit the thumbsticks are a little crappy. They're a little. I think they need to be a little taller to be better, but it's the most comfortable to play.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know. I disagree. I don't like the Switch at all. Like the thumbsticks, I really hate.
Yeah.
I'm really hating these thumbsticks. But
you haven't spent that much time with it though.
Yeah. They don't feel good. They feel really kind of cheap, but I don't know. I'll deal with it. Hopefully I'll get a classic controller, or not a classic, but whatever it's called.
Pro.
A pro controller. In the meantime, yeah, I don't know. I'll just have to deal. That's all the time we have for questions. Let's talk about the next game we're gonna review. What do you think, Matt? I vote for Snake Pass.
I have no idea what Snake Pass is. But if you're
Snake Pass. Let me sell you on Snake Pass without you even like looking at a video. Snake Pass is a 3D platformer, but you play as a snake, so you can't move in a straight line. You have to move side to side like a snake moves.
Okay.
And you're a goofy cartoon snake, and you have to solve environment puzzles basically by being a snake. And it looks great, and it's gonna be awesome.
This guy's
that's just me.
He's pandering.
Yes, I am pandering. I'm excited about that stupid game.
No, I'm saying
it's gonna be stupid. I'm gonna be a funny, stupid snake.
I'm okay with Snake Pass. Sounds legit.
All right. I don't know. I think it's like $20 or something dumb. But that'll be the next game. Next time on What is this show called?
Big Nindie Boys.
We're the Big Nindie Boys. Next time on Big Nindie Boys, we're gonna review Snake Pass, so join us if you will.
That's all we have for this episode of the Big Nindie Boys. Hey Robbie, thanks for listening. And remember, when your snips need clipping and your clips need snipping, ducks fly together.